Hi guys, welcome back to my new practice for Spain. And for anyone who doesn't know, there's gonna be a World Jigsaw Championship in September in Spain that I'm going to. So I've been kind of preparing myself for it and trying to get as fast as possible with many different 500-piece puzzles in different circumstances. And today I'm doing something special, sort of. So let's see how special you think it is. But it's basically like I did all of the puzzles at home this time, but I've done one in the morning, one during the day, and one at night. So the reason why I did that is because I wanted to see how the light influences the way I puzzle. Because at the competition, I'm not really gonna have a choice at the lighting. So I wanted to see the difference how it is to do it when the sun is out and then when it's completely dark outside and I have all lights. So I basically had a combination of all three. I had complete daylight, I had daylight with the lights on, and I had lights only. So I've done all of that, and the reason why I wanted to do them in one day as well is because when we are going to be at the competition, you don't get to choose the time that you're going to be puzzling. So it might happen that I'm going to be puzzling in the evening, and then during the day I'm still going to be puzzling. So it's not like I'm going to be just resting my eyes, because I'm not going there alone. So it's going to be Donna, Louise, Juby and Vicky as well. And we are going to be competing together, and this is going to be the first time that we are meeting each other, which means we are going to have to practice a lot. So no matter what time I get, I'm going to be puzzling at least 3 times a day. So that's why I think it's good to get myself ready. But one thing I can say that I noticed this time, because I didn't do any of the puzzles back to back, that even if I did 3 puzzles in one day, I didn't feel tired, like my eyes were completely fine, because there were so many hours that were like in between each puzzle. The eyes kind of got rested in the meantime. I think it's time for me to show you the first puzzle now. It's a 500-piece puzzle by Clementoni, and the title of this one is Grand Teton in Fall. The reason why I picked this puzzle as my first puzzle in this run is because it's the most difficult out of the 3. Well, it looks the most difficult. I'm not gonna say anything not to spoil something, but yeah, that's the reason I picked it. I do like Clementoni, so obviously the fit was okay, which always helps when putting the puzzle together, especially when there's like a lot of like same color. So I think it's time for me to show you how I did. So 1 hour 50 minutes, not great. But I did that one honestly as soon as I woke up, and I was so hungry when I was doing it, so I was just like, let's just get it over with. But I must admit that like the forest section wasn't actually that difficult. I think where I got the most confusion was when I was doing the mountain. It was really hard to know what goes where, because it's not specific lines. With the trees, at least I knew the colors. You've got orange and yellows and greens, but with the mountain, it's basically just like everything is the same all over it. And then the sky again, I think was quite easy. And if I did this puzzle again, I think I would start with the sky, because I could just close in from all the direction, but now I was basically just building it up. At first I wasn't really sure which tactic to use for this puzzle, because I've been doing a lot of like full sort lately. So I just decided I'm gonna put everything on the board and then just go by color, because when everything was spread out, it was a lot easier to see the gradients in the sky and the mountain and also in the trees, so I was just picking them out. And now moving on to the second puzzle. It's a 500-piece puzzle by Ravensburger, and the title of this one is The Enchanted Wood. So this is the only Ravensburger puzzle in this run, and it wasn't actually ancient Ravensburger puzzle, which is really good because the cut was a lot better than some of the puzzles I've done before. And the reason why this one was second is because it looked second hard. I have to say that I was a bit surprised with how long it took me to finish it, because for some reason I thought it's gonna be easier, but that seems to be happening to me a lot lately, so I'm just gonna show you the tape now. So this puzzle was interesting because I wanted to go for the same tactic of like just flipping all the pieces over and just eliminating. But then I was like, I can't just keep doing the same thing because then I'm not gonna learn what's best and quicker for each puzzle. So I just decided at the time to just change my tactic on the spot and decided to do a full sort technique. It was actually quite detailed, so micro sorting, I guess. And I think it really helped because it was quite easy to put the sky together and then the unicorns as well. It was just the one thing that I really struggled with this puzzle. It's just there's so much green. Like if it wasn't for the tree trunks here on this side, I don't know, I think it would probably take me a lot longer to finish it. It took me 1 hour 46 minutes, and yeah, without tree trunks I think I would easily go to 2 hours. So I'm not that pleased with my times because, I don't know, it feels like I'm getting slower. I'm not sure if because I'm recording time-lapse on my phone and it doesn't have the beeping that, you know, when I do it with the camera. And also there is no pressure because no one else is competing against me like with the Battle of the YouTube Puzzlers, where you get the adrenaline rush going and then you have the camera beeping and you're just like so stressed that it kind of makes you faster. I don't know, maybe that's the problem, no idea. So no breaking of records so far. And let me show you the third puzzle. The next one is a 500-piece puzzle by Clementoni, and the title of this one is Tropical Dolphins. If you've seen my puzzle haul, then you probably know that I was really looking forward to doing this puzzle and it was really enjoyable. And this puzzle is so busy as well that like it might look a bit easier because of it, which is what I thought anyway. But when I actually started to put it together, it wasn't as simple as I thought. I think my time would be a lot better if I did it during the day because I could see that there is like a teeny tiny gloss on the puzzle, like it's not completely matte. So when I had the lights coming from all directions, at some points it was a bit difficult to see like the specific gradients and stuff like that. So still a good time, 1 hour 18, obviously again didn't break my record. But it doesn't really matter that much because I think just doing the puzzle still helps me to get better anyway, regardless of what my time is. And I think this puzzle is so busy as well that the same color repeats on different sections, and that's also the reason why I didn't do the sort with this one, because I just decided when I see the puzzle I'm just gonna decide which tactic to use when I see how the pieces look like. And with this one I think it was just easier to just do the full flip and just eliminate the pieces with the least color. And one thing that really helped with this puzzle as well is the texture, because the sea level at the top is got different texture than the bottom section of the sea, and then it was easier to do like the lines and make it a bit smaller. But overall I think I'm quite happy with the runs that I had, even though the times weren't great, but because I still have my 4 puzzles from last year's competition, and honestly they look easier than anything I've been doing so far. So I think I'm gonna do like another practice run with like random puzzles, and then there's gonna be a time when I start to bring the competition puzzles in to see where I'm actually at. Like I don't want to bring them in too soon because I feel like if I have a bit more practice then the times are gonna be a bit more realistic, you know, to compare myself to people from the competition last year. So I want to wait just a little bit more before I open those ones. And out of your comments that you've mentioned, I decided that I'm gonna do 2 now, and then I'm gonna do all 4 closer to the competition, because I want to leave 2 completely unopened, because once you do a puzzle and rerun it again, your time is obviously gonna improve, like regardless of if you practice or not, because you've done the puzzle once and you learn the puzzle, you learn the colors, you learn the texture. So I'm not gonna say it's cheating, but it doesn't give you like a complete representation of how fast you are. That's why I'm gonna leave 2 completely unopened until closer to the time to see how it's gonna go. And if you want to meet the girls that I'm going to be going to Spain with, you should watch the Battle of the YouTube Puzzlers 2 that we basically just done like in the beginning of the month, and it was so much fun. So make sure to check it out here. Bye!